All religious people, they say, I believe in God. Nothing wrong with it. But what do you do next determines who you are. Having believed, what is your next step? What is the difference between religious people and spiritual people? Often people these days, they say out of fashion, oh, I'm no longer a believer of any religion. I don't belong to any religion. I believe in spirituality. That's what people say. My great master Babuji used to say that there is nothing wrong with religious belief. It's a foundation. Where religion teaches us something like that there is God. It helps us develop a belief state. We begin to believe. Religion adopts different means. That there are places where you can go and worship. Spirituality teaches one thing, that whatsoever you believe in can be experienced inside. God is everywhere, but I can experience the presence in myself. That's the biggest difference. You don't have to go out anywhere. You can sit at your home and meditate and experience that presence. That is spirituality. And time also comes where we transcend religion and enter into a zone or a dimension we call spirituality, where we experience things. And when we experience things now and then, is it going to be enough for us? No. Experience also has to be transcended. Let me explain to you what I mean by transcendence of this experience or moving beyond spirituality. My master would call it as entering the field of reality. And what is this field of reality? What do you feel there? There, of course, the experience is always there, but something else develops in us. For example, if I come to Madhava Garu's house, who is in Detroit, and I enjoy his hospitality, rich hospitality for 3 months or a year, and I come back to India and tell all my friends and relatives, oh, Madhava Garu looked after me so well. His hospitality was extremely great and I experienced something amazing. Right? So that was an experience. But deepest level of my heart, I would say, oh, I wish I was also like Madhava Garu. I wish I was also rich, maybe more. So the divine experiences now and then are great. But to become divine, just as hospitality experience is great, but to become rich is different. Divine experiences are great. To become divine is another matter altogether. So many people, they talk about, oh, I went to Rishikesh, or I went to Haridwar, or I went to Tirupati, or I went here, I went there, and I felt this. But is it good enough? Just as we say, I believe in God. All religious people, they say, I believe in God. Nothing wrong with it. But what do you do next determines who you are. Having believed, what is your next step? And suppose you experience, what is your next step after that? You try to experience and then you become that experience. And then what next? So the whole journey is always transcendental. And a stage comes later in life where everything becomes beyond expression. You just cannot express anything after that. And if I say that I experienced this may be true, but still there is some level of limitations because you are able to express it. Expression itself is full of limitations. Even simple things like when you have mango, and to describe the very experience of eating a mango, how can you tell a person who has never had a mango? Or even if you had a mango, let us say you had a Kesar mango, and to another person you are talking about Alfonso mango, or some other mango. There are so much of variance in mangoes after mangoes. Even the same mango will not taste the same day. Next day it will be different. The spiritual experiences are even more refined and subtler than these physical ones. And it is almost impossible to express the state. Someone asked a question, how is the ultimate state? Can you describe it? I say it is something like raindrops falling in the ocean, becoming the ocean, and there are no raindrops left behind to say, I feel like this. And that's why our Vedas and Upanishads, they are so positive from the beginning. There is always positivity in their expressions. But in the end, they become absolutely negative in their expression. And how so? They say neti, neti, neti. That means the ultimate state is such that there is nothing existing in this universe with which you can compare the ultimate or your ultimate experience. Even to say ultimate experience will also be wrong, because there is infinity waiting ahead.